Okay, rational word problems. You have 10 liter of a chemical solution right now that is already 3% strong. So how much chemical is in it right now? So 10 times 0.03 . You already have 0.3 in there that's chemical floating around. You're going to add more chemical into it to make it stronger. You want to make it 5%. Okay, so our formula is going to be the chemical. So we already had 0.3 in there, and we're adding more chemical. I'm going to call it C. Divided by the total fluid. So we had 10 liters in there, but as we dump in the C, our fluid is also going to be changing. We want to make it 5%. Okay, so now I'm picking a strategy to solve, and I'm going to go with the cross multiply. So 30 plus 100, 30 plus 100C equals 50 plus 5C. Okay, so I'm going to algebraically move the 5C. Subtract 30. And then divide by 95. So I'm going to add 0.21 more liters to it, which makes sense because I already had 0.3 in there, and then I'm dumping another 0.21. James, Nick, and Lisa all rake leaves in the yard. If James did the yard by himself, it would take him 52 minutes. So time and rate. James, Nick, Lisa. So if James did it all alone, it would take him 52 minutes. That is his rate. If Nick did it by himself, it would take 58. Lisa by herself would take 48. If they all work together, how long would it take? So that's going to be the same variable, the time, because they're all going to work together. Okay, so James does x 52s of the job, plus Nick does x 58s, plus x over 48. Together, when they're done, they're going to have the job complete. Okay, instead of trying to find the lowest common denominator, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to times all three of those. 52 times 58 times 48. Okay, so figure out this divided by 52. I'm going to have to times this by 2784. I'm going to have to times this by 2496. And I'm going to times this by 3016. Okay, common denominator drop. So I'm going to add up all of those amounts of x's because I can put them all together. Divide. See if our answer makes sense. 17.45 minutes when they all work together, which seems reasonable. Okay, last one. Johan and Samantha work together. Time and rate. It takes them 20 minutes when they work together. So that is the time. When you're working together, that's the time that you work. But if Johan was to do it himself, it would take 35 minutes. So therefore, what's it going to take Sam by herself? Okay, so Johan does 20/35 of the job. Sam does 20 x's of the job. Together they do the job. So this strategy would be I need a common denominator, which would have to have a 35x in it. So this is going to get multiplied by x. This is going to get multiplied by 35. Drop the denominator. So you're going to have to move the x's together, collecting. And then divide. So 46.67 minutes when Samantha works alone.